Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while, man. It has been a while since we checked out a Jordan video, but we are back with another one. I told you guys I was going to get to it. Didn't I tell you I was going to get to it? I told you, but hey, here we are today. You know what I mean? Your boy is ready to go. We ready to go. We ready to go. Yeah. Let's get it right. We about to get into this reaction. No, people, we just come in and we stacking up the bread. And I'm going to put it on your head, on your top. I'm going to clean you with a mop. Don't stop till you drop. And I'm shooting at these cops. And I got it all locked because, you know, I just got no socks on. I don't even know what I'll save. No. But look. We're going to be checking out Jordan versus LeBron, the best GOAT comparison. Now, the only reason I'm wearing this jersey is because, hey, you gotta bring a jersey to a basketball video, you know? And plus, Curry is my favorite player, if you guys haven't known already. Can you see the jersey? Yeah, that's Curry, you know what I mean? That's my favorite player. I grew up watching him, and just because I grew up watching him and I seen the game he played, I just feel like he's like the best shooter I've ever seen, which is why I am a huge fan of his game. You know, you guys already see it why. But anyways, yeah. So we're going to be checking this out. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that sub button for me. We are less than 1K subscribers away. And look, man, we don't do just reactions. Starting in December, I already told you guys if you haven't watched the last video, December we are doing a content switch. Any of you guys that are subscribing, you're not just getting the reaction side of me. You're getting all other things. But stay tuned for that. Anyway, let's begin, guys. I feel like I said a little bit too much right there. We got our water right now. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get that ice cold water. And I ain't no weirdo either, all right? So don't look at me like that. Wipe your lips. I see that white shit. Wipe your lips right now. Let's put some water. Who do I think is the best player ever? I mean, just based off game, it's hard because literally, like, there's so many comparisons. People will be like, oh, LeBron's better than Jordan. Jordan's better than LeBron. But the thing is, we all grew up watching a different player. Now, I never grew up watching Michael Jordan because I didn't even exist yet. All right? I probably was an irrelevant sperm. I wasn't even existing. You know what I'm saying? I was an irrelevant sperm. But look, so LeBron I grew up watching, which I will say he is a great player. But we have to give credit for where it's due, guys. Jordan balled in his era, okay? He balled out in his era. LeBron balled out in this era right now, all right? They are both great in their own eras. Let's leave it at that. It can't be who's the greatest player ever, because if it's the greatest player, if we talking about championships, it should be Bill Russell because he got 11. But nobody talks about him because we talking about him skill level. So what is a championship if there's no skill? You see what I'm saying? It gets deep, guys. So let's just put it in the simplest terms. Jordan was great in his own era. LeBron is great in his own era. That's it. That's it. Just like how Curry's dominating right now. Even though it's not Curry. My bad, y'all. I feel like I'm talking too much. My bad. I'm sorry. Scoot over a little bit. Michael Jordan, man. It is going to be sad when I see the day LeBron retires, though, because LeBron literally is older than me. This dude been around, like, for twice the age span that I have been here, you know? The definitive. Who do you guys think is the goal? Let me know.
LeBron versus Jordan. It's a debate that has captured the public's attention for the last several years, especially after this moment in 2016. When
Bro, that thing was great. If you guys didn't see that game, you are not watching basketball. You are watching tennis. Get your eyes off that ball and watch basketball.
That's what I felt. I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
But did it? Is everything since that moment simply icing on LeBron's cake? Or is LeBron destined to finish his career in Michael Jordan's shadow? We've all heard the arguments from LeBron supporters.
He's bigger, he's stronger.
I will say this. Why did LeBron have the same number as Jordan? Answer me that right now. I bet you can't answer me that right now. I'm just saying.
He's
Why?
faster, he's more durable.
And from Jordan's supporters.
Michael Jordan was merely 6-0 with 6 MVPs in the finals.
But the GOAT debate isn't as simple as the pundits make it seem. There are a number of factors relevant in determining the greatest basketball player of all time.
Put some captions, guys.
In fact, I would say there are 5 things that really matter when determining the GOAT of any sport. These criteria are, in no particular order, accomplishments, longevity,
My bad.
winning, statistics, and what we'll refer to in this video as the eye test.
The eye test.
And to be the GOAT, you don't need to be the best in any specific category, but you need to be pretty good across the board. So simply winning 7 championships, like Robert Horry did, isn't enough to get you into the conversation.
Because it's about skill.
It'll be plainly obvious that one guy comes out on top. But before we get started, I want to clarify that this is not a comparison of legacies. It's about who was the better basketball player. If we were talking
That's
about
fair.
legacy,
That is fair.
Jordan's is nearly untouchable. Not only did he lead basketball to global popularity, he helped transform Nike into an empire, changed the way players played and how they dressed, and he even made it cool for guys to be bald. And while those things certainly contribute to MJ's iconic status, they don't make him a better player on the court. So let's evaluate the criteria that matter, and we'll start with individual accomplishments. Take a look. Jordan had more regular
Wait, Jordan had
season
5
MVPs,
MVPs for real?
twice as many finals MVPs.
6?
More
Damn. Well, he did win 6 rings. Duh. Come on now. 10 scoring titles. LeBron only got 1. 9. It's just 6. Damn.
scoring titles, and several more selections to the NBA's all-defensive team, including once being named Defensive Player of the
I didn't
Year.
know Jordan had that much,
LeBron has
man.
more All-Star
I thought
appearances,
LeBron was
but that's
always the one that
largely
had,
because having played more
you know,
seasons.
all like the more stats and stuff like that. Damn. So Jordan is bigger than LeBron then. I did not know that.
In fact,
I mean, in terms of like, you know, statistics
taking
and
into
all that
account
stuff, that's what I'm
retirements and
saying,
major
guys.
injuries, Jordan essentially played 13 seasons compared to 17 seasons for LeBron, making Jordan's significant lead in accomplishments all the more impressive. And that's to say nothing of MJ's brilliant college career, which saw him twice named All-American and once awarded College Player of the Year, at a time when the country's best players actually went to college. So regardless of whether you're a LeBron fan or MJ fan, you have to give the accomplishments checkmark to Jordan. The second criteria in our GOAT analysis is longevity. And this one is also a no-brainer, but this time in favor of LeBron. Not only has LeBron played more seasons in the league, but he's had a longer peak than Jordan. Jordan's peak lasted about 10 years, whereas LeBron's peak has lasted 16 years and is still going.
I mean, he's still
He's
balling,
been
bro.
incredibly durable during that time, missing significant time to injury only in 2019. That said, the claim that LeBron has been much more durable than Michael has been a bit overblown. Consider that Jordan played in at least 80 regular season games 11 times in his career, including all 82 games an incredible 9 times. Compare that to LeBron, who played in at least 80 regular season games just twice, and in all 82 games just once. So both LeBron and Jordan get high marks for their durability. But durability aside, the bottom line is that LeBron has sustained his level of excellence for a much longer period of time than Jordan, which puts the longevity checkmark squarely in LeBron's corner.
Getting 8 ads every 20
Bro,
minutes
get this
is
ad of my
absolutely
face,
diabolical.
man.
Brings us to the third GOAT criteria, winning.
Hey,
As we
it's
all know,
another
Jordan won
conversation,
6
guys, as you can
championships.
see, man.
LeBron has won 3. Jordan is 6-0 in the NBA Finals. LeBron is 3-6. Yes, LeBron has made the finals 9 times compared to only 6 times for Jordan, but let's not pretend that making the finals is the same thing, or even close to the same thing, as winning a title. Take a prime example from another sport, the Buffalo Bills. They're the only team in NFL history to appear in 4 consecutive Super Bowls. But is there a single player or fan of that team that wouldn't trade all 4 of those appearances for just 1 Super Bowl win? Frankly, talk to any fan whose team lost the season's final
fair.
game and ask them how they felt afterward. Almost universally, their feelings are of sadness, anger, and disappointment. And that's just the fans. For players, those feelings are only magnified. Listen to Charles Barkley talk about losing in the NBA Finals.
And I was just in shock when it was over because I was frustrated because I couldn't will my team past Michael and the Bulls. And first of all, I don't think I've ever gotten over it, number one. But that was traumatic, and it's painful.
So we can all stop with this.
Bro, it's like I've never won anything in my life. You know what I mean? I've never won anything. But at least, yeah, I will say that like winning a championship is literally like ruling the world, dude. It's a huge, and not a lot of people even have that. Not everybody that goes to the NBA gets a championship.
False equivalence between winning the championship and finishing runner-up. In the words of Herm Edwards,
you play to win the game.
Well, who the hell is this?
Hello? You play to win the game.
Now back to Jordan and LeBron. As mentioned, on basketball's biggest stage, the NBA Finals, Jordan was 6-0. LeBron was
I mean, that's
3-6.
fair. That's like if you play Monopoly, you play Monopoly to lose? No, you're playing because you're hoping you win the game. Hey, that's fair. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that hit different, bro. That hit different, bro. Damn, bro. No matter what you do in life or how life unfolds for you, you live life in attempt to win at life. I'm looking speaking, bro. I'm speaking, y'all.
And frankly, that doesn't even show how lopsided their records really are. In terms of individual finals games, Jordan was 24-11. LeBron is 18-31. And that's because in 4 of his 6 finals losses, LeBron's team hasn't even been competitive. Twice he got swept, and 2 other times he lost 4-1. That includes being on the wrong side.
Bro, I forgot about the Spurs. Oh, yeah. Bro, Spurs was whooping ass back then. They was whooping ass, bro.
For LeBron's poor finals record is that his competition was so tough.
I'm talking about they was whooping ass when my ass used to get whooped, bro. Like, seriously.
Career to a Celtics team stacked with 5 Hall of Famers. And they conveniently gloss over the fact that LeBron reached the finals so many times in part because the competition in his own conference was so weak. During the vast majority of his career, LeBron played in what many dubbed the Leastern Conference because the East was so much weaker than the West. On the other hand, during Jordan's playing days, the East was generally considered the stronger conference, as Jordan had to battle through hard-fought rivalries against the Bad Boy Pistons, Patrick Ewing's Knicks, the Shaq Penny-led Magic, and Reggie Miller's Pacers. That said, if you want to blame LeBron's failure in the finals on the level of his competition, I won't argue with you.
Bro, Katie was different, bro. I remember that
If you look
game.
at the average number of wins of their finals opponents, you'll see that LeBron's finals opponents averaged 60.8 wins per season, whereas Jordan's finals opponents averaged 61.2 wins per season. So as it turns out, both players faced stiff competition in the finals. But a big reason we don't hold the 93 Suns, the 96 Sonics, or the 98 Jazz in the same regard as some of LeBron's finals opponents is because, unlike LeBron's adversaries, Jordan's opponents never actually won the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
What?
Which goes to my original point, that the difference between winning the title and finishing runner-up is huge. And the reason those teams never won the title? This guy.
Get a load of this guy.
Look, I'm not trying to say that Jordan's opponents were as good as the Warriors teams that LeBron faced 4 times in the finals.
Them Warriors teams was historical, bro. Them teams was different, bro. Man, guys. Sheesh, and Curry's getting old too.
Quite like that. But there's a pretty good reason for that. Jordan's Bulls were the juggernaut. They were the team winning 70-plus games. They were the team with the target on their back every year. And as the Warriors showed us, that's not an easy place to be. As great as the Warriors were, they were never able to string together 3 consecutive championships. Jordan's Bulls did it twice. So what's the greater achievement?
That's low-key crazy, bro.
Or being the juggernaut? Or to be more specific, beating the juggernaut 1 time out of the 4 times you faced them? Or being the juggernaut year after year after year? And then doing it again, year after year after year.
Hey,
there's no doubt
Jordan retired after that 3rd ring, if I'm right? If I am right, and he did retire, you think they would have 4-peat?
LeBron's victory over the 73-win Warriors was the highlight of his career. But it's not the first time that an underdog has won the championship, and there actually have been much bigger underdogs who ended up winning the title. But how many times have we seen a player lead his team to 6 championships in 8 years? Prior to Jordan's Bulls,
What, in 8
only
years?
a player lead his team to 6 championships in 8 years. Prior to Jordan's Bulls, only Bill Russell's Celtics ever accomplished that feat in the NBA, when they incredibly won.
Yeah, but stop it. Bill Russell ain't like that. Bro, Bill Russell was literally playing against supermarket cashiers, bro, and literally like people that hold the signs out, bro, in front of like Taco Bell and stuff like that, or like tax insurances, bro. Stop it, bro. Dude was going against shoe cleaners, bro.
Seasons. However, back then, there was an average of less than 10 teams in the league, and only a couple rounds of playoffs, so it was considerably easier to win a title. And
No, duh. There was
not
no
even Bill
competition back
Russell
then, bro.
ever had a run
Bro,
in
you
the
literally put a tall white boy in there. Oh, he could ball. He's tall. No, that's not it, bro. Stop.
25 of 26 playoffs.
Just because he's a big ass doofus doesn't mean he got skills. You see what I'm saying?
Goes beyond the NBA. Let's not forget that Jordan has never won anything but gold in the Olympics, and he also earned an NCAA championship, in which he hit the first of 2 iconic championship-winning shots in his career. All that is to say, when it comes to winning, the checkmark clearly goes to Jordan. On to the fourth GOAT criteria, statistics. This one is a bit more complicated. I mean, how do you statistically evaluate 2 players who played in different eras under different rules?
Bro, that's
and
what I'm
different positions?
saying, bro. Bro, nowadays, literally, guys, you go like this. Foul, 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 foul. Get your ass up and hit the weight room, bro. Get your ass up and learn how to be physical, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on. But honestly, it does suck how the rules is like that, though. You barely touch him, it's a foul, dude. You can literally you can touch their arm hairs. It's a foul. Hair? Foul? Yes, bro. It's soft like that. But, nah. Seriously, even though, like, that's the rules I grew up with, which is the rules I'm used to. Seriously, though, I mean, if you look at, like, the time period back then of basketball up until now, rules was way different. And it was way brutal back then. I'm just saying it was. You know, I'm not throwing shots at anybody, but I'm just saying that's how it is. Rules was the same thing with NFL. NFL was a lot more physical back then. You see head-on trucking and stuff like that. I think trucking, you get like a penalty now. So, you know, stuff like
One
that.
way of doing it is to simply look at the 8 traditional statistics of basketball. Points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and turnovers. And we'll focus on per-game stats rather than cumulative stats, since cumulative stats, such as total career points and total career assists, really speak to longevity, which is already its own category of the GOAT analysis. Per-game stats, on the other hand, is more of an apples-to-apples comparison. So looking at the 8 traditional stats, we see that Jordan leads LeBron in 5 of them: points per game, steals per game, blocks per game, free throw percentage, and fewer turnovers. LeBron leads in the other 3: assists per game, rebounds per game, and field goal percentage. But that's a pretty simplistic way of looking at statistics. What if we instead turn to analytics? Probably the most well-known analytics stat is player efficiency rating, or PER for short. This metric was created by respected basketball analyst John Hollinger to give an overall rating to a player's performance based on traditional stats like the ones we just mentioned. Jordan has led the league in PER 7 times.
7
LeBron,
times?
6 times. Jordan has finished top 3 in PER 10 times. LeBron, 9 times. In fact, Jordan has the highest.
Yo, I didn't even know it was
PER
that
in both
close.
the regular season and the playoffs. Another popular analytics stat is win shares. Jordan has led the league in win shares 8 times. LeBron, 5 times. Jordan has finished top 3 in win shares 11 times. LeBron, 6 times. And when it comes to win shares per 48 minutes, Jordan has the highest career rating in both the regular season and the playoffs. What about box?
So what does that mean, guys? You think he's the GOAT?
Until recently, LeBron was actually ahead of Jordan in career box plus minus. But after the 2017 season gave Russell Westbrook the greatest single-season box plus minus in history by a wide margin, the architect of box plus minus realized that the stat was fundamentally flawed. So he made some changes to improve its formula. As a result, Michael Jordan now has the highest career box plus minus in both the regular season and the playoffs. And lastly, what about value over replacement player? which on its face seems to favor LeBron James. Well, value over replacement player is a cumulative stat, and as previously noted, cumulative stats speak more to longevity than they do game-to-game dominance. That said, according to value over replacement player, Jordan owns 6 of the 9 greatest individual seasons ever played. And on a per-game basis, MJ's
Wait, Michael Jordan got cousins?
Ever played. And on
Oh, no, bro. Did I just say Michael Jordan had cousins? Bro, his name was mentioned like 6 times. Bro, y'all know what I meant, dude. Come on now.
Jordan owns 6 of the 9 greatest individual seasons ever played. And on a per-game basis, MJ's career rating and value over replacement player is the highest of all time in both the regular season and the playoffs. Are you noticing a theme here? Not only does Jordan beat LeBron in every ratable analytic stat, he consistently ranks as the best ever across the board. Before we move on
Shit,
from
bro.
I
Damn.
want to mention a lesser-known stat called game score, another brainchild of John Hollinger. Game score measures a player's performance in a single game, so it won't tell us who's had the better career, but it does provide insight into who's had the greatest games.
Ooh, that's Lily.
Had the better career,
Left,
but it does
left,
provide insight
right.
into who's had the greatest games. Now, we only have game score stats since 1983, so you won't see any mentions of Wilt Chamberlain here. That said, of the 100 highest game scores ever recorded, incredibly 19 of them belong to Michael Jordan. In other words, nearly 1 out of every 5 of the best single-game performances over the last 4 decades has been by MJ. That includes the highest game score of all time for Jordan's 69.18 rebound masterpiece. Comparatively,
crazy,
LeBron
bro.
has had only 3 of the top 100 game scores. When discussing the GOAT, Nick Wright is fond of asking this question.
The aliens come down. You have 1 game to save humanity. Who's your first pick in the history of the world?
Shit, Steph Curry. You see what we're wearing, baby? You see what we're wearing, man? Because Steph Curry, you know that boy. What did Drake say? Cooking with the pot, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the fuck them niggas is, boy? Bro, 0 to 100. Look it up. Good song. Curry, man.
Well, Nick, I think we have our answer. Now that I've finished drowning you in numbers, let's be real. Hardly anyone watching this video knows how to calculate PER, win shares, box plus minus, value over replacement player, or game score. And why should you? This is basketball, not Goodwill Hunting. So let's go back to the traditional stats that we all know and understand. But this time, let's add context to them. What do I mean by context? Well, some positions are simply better than others at racking up certain stats. Let's take rebounding as an example. In a vacuum, if we simply compare the number of rebounds per game of Brook Lopez and Jason Kidd, we might think that Lopez was the better rebounder. The truth is, relative to their positions, Lopez is statistically one of the worst rebounding centers in NBA history, whereas Kidd is statistically one of the best rebounding guards in NBA history. But even a poor rebounding center can grab more rebounds than a great rebounding guard solely by virtue of their roles on the court. So it makes sense that, to understand the context of a player's stats, we should compare them to the respective positions that they played. When comparing LeBron James to the other small forwards who have played at least 500 NBA games, this is where he ranks.
Damn, 12th in rebounds,
Overall,
17
that's pretty
blocks.
impressive. Now let's see how Jordan compares to all shooting guards who have played at least 500 NBA games. As good as LeBron is compared to other small forwards, Jordan is on another level when compared to other shooting guards. He's darn near the top of every major statistical category, and there isn't a single category where LeBron is better than MJ relative to his position,
Bro,
other than
what
assists.
Bro, what they giving
to sum
Jordan to eat, bro? They giving this dude, like, deer legs, bro?
Compared to other shooting guards, he's darn near the top of every major statistical category.
What, they
and there
giving him
isn't a
alligator
single
ears or
category
something?
where
Like, bro,
LeBron is better
what?
than MJ relative to his position, other than assists. So to sum up
Hey, I ain't gonna lie,
statistics,
though. Jordan
whether
be a cheat code on
comparing
2K.
traditional stats or analytics, and especially when judging these players in the context of the positions they played,
I want
Jordan
a
has a
cheat code.
noticeable edge over LeBron. As such, we have to give the check mark to Jordan.
Bro, if I get to add one more time, bro.
that takes us to the last category in our GOAT analysis, the eye test. And to be clear,
Hey, man. The eye test, man. I don't know, man. Like, I can already tell if this video does well, I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash just because I like Curry or I don't got Jordan. LeBron is like the best player on my list or something like that. I already know. That's the problem with basketball. Basketball, it unites people, but at the same time, it's toxic. It's like being in a relationship that you love so much because you know that coochie down there is really good, but at the end of the day, the relationship is terrible, meaning there's always arguments, it's toxic, there's always problems. But when she gives you up and open them damn legs, bro, is good. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm honestly, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm trying to be honest with you guys. And, you know, sorry if I talk like this, but I'm just being straight up. That's how it is, like, literally. So, you know, like, that's all it is, man. Like, LeBron played in his era. Jordan played in his era. That's all I'm saying, bro.
clear, by eye test, I don't mean which of these players is bigger, faster, or jumps higher. None of that is relevant unless we're having a track and field competition. And frankly, if physical measurables mattered, then George Murasan would be in the GOAT conversation. No, what I mean by the eye test is, if you sat an average basketball fan in front of a TV to watch a player in action, what would he notice that the player is and is not great at? Thankfully, I happen to be an average basketball fan, and I've had the privilege of watching both LeBron and Jordan during their playing days. So unlike a lot of my fellow YouTubers, I haven't merely relied on highlight videos. Here's what my eyes told me when I saw Michael Jordan play. Particularly during his playing days, he was arguably the best defensive player in the game. He had the best mid-range game.
I mean, Jordan was just a how you stop that, bro? Like,
which is incredible considering most players who dominate.
Dude is the Black Slenderman. The Black Slenderman, bro.
Clutch player in the game. He was regarded by opponents as the fiercest competitor on the court. He was regarded by teammates as the hardest worker in practice. And when all was said and done, amongst the other stars of his generation, he was the greatest winner. Now, when you're playing against the elite of the elite athletes of the world, to be the best at any one of those things is pretty remarkable.
It's pretty hard,
but to
dude.
be the best at all of them, I tell you it's impossible, but for the fact that we saw Michael Jordan do it. And when it comes to the GOAT debate, that's the biggest hurdle facing LeBron. He's basically being
that pass will always be nice, man.
That's the biggest
That back
hurdle
was
facing
crazy.
LeBron. Jordan do it. And when it comes to the GOAT debate, that's the biggest hurdle facing LeBron. He's basically being compared to a guy who was great at everything and practically had no weaknesses. Seriously, judging by the eye test, what's the worst thing we could say about Michael Jordan's game? Probably that he wasn't a very good three-point shooter. Jordan shot 33% from beyond the arc.
God damn, bro. I'm fucking yawning, bro. Stop.
Average player also shot 33%. 33%.
The video's not boring, guys. I'm just tired, man. I had a long day
from
today.
beyond the arc in an era when the average player also shot 33%. So when it came to three-point shooting, he wasn't good, he wasn't bad, he was just average. But remember that Michael played in an age when the three-point shot wasn't a big part of the game. During Jordan's years, teams averaged only 9.5 three-point attempts per game, and Michael himself attempted less than 2 threes per game. And if being an average three-point shooter is a weakness of Michael's game, well, then we also have to call it a weakness of LeBron's game. The difference is that LeBron plays in an era where the three-point shot is a huge part of the game.
Huge,
During the years in which LeBron played, teams attempted on average over 21 threes per game, and LeBron himself averaged 4.3 three-point attempts per game, or 2.5 times as many as Jordan. Despite the increased emphasis on threes, LeBron's career shooting percentage from beyond the arc is only a hair better than Jordan, at 34%. And it's actually slightly below his peers, who averaged 35% from three during his era. But to reiterate, being an average three-point shooter was by far the worst part of MJ's game. For
That's
LeBron,
crazy,
it's
bro.
not even close. LeBron, in fact, has 4 major weaknesses as a basketball player.
Oh, yeah,
which is
floppy.
readily apparent to anyone who's actually watched him play.
Bro, some of the flops that LeBron did, I'm like, bro, there's no way, bro.
First, he's not a good free throw shooter. For his career, LeBron has shot around 73.5% from the free throw line, which is pretty poor for a player who handles the ball as much as he does. In fact, many analysts point out that at the end of games, LeBron shies away from driving to the basket because he's afraid of being sent to the line. I don't know whether that's true, but what I do know is that the odds of LeBron hitting 2 consecutive free throws is statistically not much better than a coin flip. Jordan, on the other hand, shot a solid 83.5% from the free throw line during his career, and MJ never shied away from contact at the end of games. LeBron's second weakness is that he's an inconsistent defender. Sure, he's had some years where he was elite defensively, which is evidenced by his numerous selections to the NBA's all-defensive team, but he's also had several years where he's practically been a liability on the defensive end. Compare that to MJ, who during his Bulls days was a consistently elite defender. In fact, Jordan is the only player to rank in the top 5 amongst all guards in both steals per game and blocks per game for his career. Additionally, Michael led his
this is nuts, bro.
practically every year that he played for the Bulls, an incredible 10 times. LeBron, comparatively, has led his position in defensive win shares on just 4 occasions, and in 5 of his last 7 seasons, he didn't even crack the top 10 at his position in defensive win shares. Now, some will excuse LeBron's recent fall-off on the defensive end as a byproduct of his resting on defense so that he can have more energy on offense, and we can debate the merits of that strategy. But resting on defense is not something Michael Jordan was ever accused of doing. Heck,
No, Michael Jordan was staying on that court. You get on that court, you're staying on that court.
even as a 40-year-old, he was busting his tail on the defensive end. But what about the notion that LeBron's been the more versatile defender? LeBron supporters will argue that he can guard positions 1 through 5 on the court, such as when he guarded Derrick Rose for stretches in the 2011 playoffs. But LeBron's guarding the opposing team's point guard or center isn't something that happens very often. In fact, during his career, LeBron has spent less than 5% of his total minutes guarding the opposing players 1 or 5. So the versatility argument is highly exaggerated. And look, when it comes to versatility, Hometown Buffet may have a more versatile menu than Spago. That doesn't make it a better restaurant. LeBron's third weakness is that he's not a very good shooter. And this is a pretty significant...
Bro, LeBron airballed? And yo, I need to fix my eyes, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Sorry about that, guys.
Far better shooter than LeBron James. Unfortunately, Basketball Reference doesn't have advanced shooting metrics from Michael's Bulls days when he was a significantly more efficient scorer, but few would argue that Michael was anything but a lethal jump shooter when he was wearing red and black.
I ain't gonna lie,
When it comes
Jordan
to
was
shooting,
lethal though,
all of us
bro.
can recall practicing shots on the blacktop, counting down 3, 2, 1 before launching a shot at the rim. Well, if you were pretending to be LeBron James, you'd brick almost 2/3 of the time. Actually,
Wow.
that's not entirely true. If you were playing against a countdown, it would be much, much worse.
Bro, am I sitting here watching
And that gets me to the last...
You see what I'm
major
saying, guys?
weakness
I'm
of
tired,
LeBron's
bro.
game.
I am tired. Lock in, bro. Damn, bro. I'm over here dozing off into the ad, man. My apologies, guys. My apologies, man. Let me keep up for at least 6 more minutes, bro.
Game. His performance, or more accurately, lack of performance, in the clutch. Remember when people were praising LeBron for making a couple of buzzer beaters in the playoffs 2 years ago? They used these stats to claim that LeBron was better in the clutch than
What?
But look at these numbers carefully.
Buzzer beaters to determine who's the GOAT. At this point, you guys should just say who drinks water better. Who's the GOAT at drinking water? Between these two, it doesn't matter. Water's water. They drink water to survive. Why does it matter who's better? Like,
What stands out to you? How about this? People were using a sample size of less than 1 shot per season to make the case that LeBron was more clutch than Jordan.
and those are the same idiots that
would be
said the
equivalent
world
of
was going to
pledging
end in
someone across the
2012.
country to
Those are the
try to
same
pick the winner of the
idiots.
next presidential election. So let's use more telling stats, shall we? Here's a situation that's often used to determine a player's clutchness. 5 seconds to go in the fourth quarter or overtime, and your team needs a bucket to either win or tie the game. It answers the age-old question, who do you want taking the last shot with the game on the line?
Jordan.
It turns out that in the regular season and playoffs combined, LeBron has taken 94 such shots. That's a pretty good sample size. And how many of those 94 shots has LeBron made? 19. for a shooting percentage of 20%. Let me repeat that. 20%. Guys, that's not bad in the clutch. That's atrocious. Michael Jordan in the same situation shot roughly 50%. Yes, that's right. Jordan's performance under pressure was throughout the rest of the game. And that, my friends, is the definition of clutch. So there you go. When it comes to the eye test, our eyes tell us that one player, Michael Jordan, is great at everything and has practically no weaknesses. And the other player, LeBron James, while also having a ton of strengths, has several obvious flaws to his game. And when all is said and done, after analyzing the 5 key factors of being the GOAT, Jordan gets 4 check marks to LeBron's 1.
What does that mean, guys?
Making
What
this
does
GOAT
that
debate,
mean?
well, not much of a debate at all. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that LeBron James is a bad player. He's a phenomenal player. Personally, I have him on basketball's Mount Rushmore, along with Jordan, Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell. He's just not
That's
Michael
5,
Jordan.
Negro.
And just to underscore how good MJ was, let's ignore LeBron and Jordan for a minute and focus on the other 3 players highlighted here, Kareem, Wilt, and Bill Russell. Most would agree that these are the 3 greatest centers in NBA history, and each of them has a strong case to justify his standing among basketball royalty. Wilt is an all-time great because he was an offensive force of nature, and he holds a ton
Bro,
of
is this
NBA
the
records.
same
Russell is in the
Michael Jordan
conversation
video?
because he was a dominant defender, and a most decorated of the 3. Unmatched killer instinct, and Michael Jordan is the real-life version of an overpowered video game character.
The only reason I skipped it, guys, is because we're here for Jordan and LeBron. Period. You know what we're here for, man.
He had all the qualities we look for in a superstar athlete, and he had it in spades. He's basically Babe Ruth, if Babe Ruth played defense like Willie Mays. And that's why, even in comparison to the other all-time greats, he is truly in a class of his own. Simply put, he's the GOAT.
Man, guys. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that video, man. You might not like a little bit of reaction just for the simple fact that I was just sleepy, man. I am super tired, guys. Like, seriously, the moment I turn off this recording button, I'm going straight to sleep, man. I'm tired, man. But just bear with me, guys. We got a lot more reactions to check out. I'm going to be more energized and stuff like that. Like, guys, it's literally 12 o'clock at night, basically, right now, you know? So I am a little bit tired, but, yeah, just hope you guys still enjoy the video. Hope I made you laugh, because at the end of the day, guys, most of the time when I say something that sounds like I'm being harsh, I'm just joking, okay? I'm just here to give you guys a good laugh. And like I said, for any of you that are new and you sub, stick around with me on this journey, because we're not just doing reactions. We're taking over very, very soon. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you were standing this video and watch all ads. Your boy gotta make a bag. Hey, that rhymed.